Welcome to the channel of PACIFIC414. Show us this loyalty. Throw yourself onto the subscribe button and submit yourself to the live streams, gaming streams, and so much more. Pathetic earthlings, I command you.
Pop Talk is where it's at, baby.
This is Patrick Stewart, and I always watch Pop Talk at Pacific for 1-4. Make it so.
Warning, due to adult language and humor, the following content may not be suitable for any viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The views and opinions expressed during the following live stream or video content are those of the individual and may not reflect those of others. Thank you. No matter the weather outside, Baron Orman, Tagge, Cash Money 007, and PACIFIC414 are here to bring you the pop culture and entertainment news, rumors, watch parties, discussions, reactions, reviews, opinion on PACIFIC414 Pop Talk Sunday edition.
Dun dun dun!
Welcome, one and all.
Even squirrels.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. Hi, everybody. Welcome, one and all.
Yes, especially squirrels.
Especially squirrels, yep.
Their lives do matter, people. Remember.
Squirrel lives matter, yes, yes.
I know we're live, but on my end, everything is janky. Everything is
He's having a weird trip, man.
Yeah,
it's all falling apart, ladies and gentlemen.
He got a pizza with special mushrooms last night. So
I heard he's also seeing DJ's turtles in his sleep, so that's something. Yeah.
Counting turtles. I can't even see turtle.
Yes, they're wearing bandanas.
That was breathing through his anus. Turtle.
They're wearing bandanas, but good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome one and all to this edition of PACIFIC414 Pop Talk, along with Cash Money 007 and Baron Orman Tagge. I am your host, Mike, and I can't promise that I'm going to be here during the whole stream, but Baron and Cash already know what to do in case I have to bounce out, because I am on my
another
tablet,
mutiny.
because my computer decided to go kerplunk.
I got the flag ready.
Yay.
Arr,
shiver me timbers.
I know you're ready to raise that flag.
I think Baron and I would make really good pirates, actually, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. I think so. I think you're right.
Yes, you would. But real quick, I do want to say hello to Kathy Skywalker, Admiral Teague, DJ Ronnie G. I also see Captain Phantom Nerd, Low Spec Lux Laptop, Superfan Adam Shawhan's here as well. Thank you everyone for being here. Which Baron or Cash will be reading them since I can't really share them on my end. And if I step away from where I'm at right now, you won't be able to hear me. But before we begin, not only due to my computer problems, but also due to recent events, both on the panel and off the panel on Pop Talk, open panels are going on a hiatus. It wasn't an easy decision to come to as far as open panels, but to have everything run a little bit more smoothly. For the time being, open panels will be on hiatus, and also because of my current computer problem, there won't be an open panel for this month. So when I decide to have the open panels come back, you'll know. I will let Cash and Barra know, of course. I will talk with them about it, and that's just how it's going to be. Like I said, due to computer issues, recent events on the panels, recent events in the chat, open panels are on hiatus. And if you gentlemen have anything you'd like to add to that, go ahead.
No,
You did it, man. You did it.
you ripped that Band-Aid off. Ow!
You know what? You know what? That's what I do sometimes. It's like, no need to beat around the bush. No need to sugarcoat it. Just rip off that Band-Aid and let everybody know this is what's going on.
Yep.
I'm not going to BS anybody. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to do one thing and then do another. No. Like I said, because of some things that have happened on the panels in the past, recent events in the chat, open panels are going on a hiatus until further notice. And
It's because of Baron.
as
Sorry.
far as, naming people, I'm not naming people. I'm not naming people at all. No.
Notice the fingers
Not going
coming
to do
from
it.
his. Notice his fingers coming from
For
his
those
box.
individuals,
I'm sorry. I'm so very
but
sorry.
I still want to be able to.
Behave yourself, Baron.
Okay.
I still want to be able to talk to those individuals and try to smooth things out.
Sounds good.
Because I'll admit, I wasn't too happy with what happened last weekend. I wasn't happy with it at all. But I want you to know, and I want that individual to know, I am willing to talk. I am willing to listen. And I want you to know, there are no hard feelings. But I want everybody to know, as I stated back on the December 18th episode of Pop Talk, and I stated last week, there are going to be episodes where we don't have a guest, and the three guys that you see on screen right now, we're going to be it. And when I have a guest, which I've already gotten in contact with the guest I was supposed to have on this Wednesday, and let her know that I'm postponing it at least for 2 weeks till the 28th. That, everybody is welcome here. But you need to understand there's a structure that I am trying to improve upon for Pop Talk. Not only so it's enjoyable for everybody who's been here, but anybody who potentially comes, that they can sit back, relax, and join the conversation. That is something I put at the end of the Pop Talk description each and every scheduled stream. Sit back, relax, and join the conversation. And you can join the conversation on the panel when invited, or you can join the conversation in the chat, like we all do. No matter what channel we go to, we're all part of the conversation that somebody's having on their stream. Okay, sometimes, and depending on the size of the channel, the majority of the time, you may not see your comment highlighted. But believe me, they know you're there. They know you're there. The mods know you're there. The mods do their best to acknowledge you, but the hosts that are there know that you're there. The three of us, we see your comments. We're not ignoring you guys. I try not to. When you see a comment highlighted, guess who's highlighting the comment? It's either the man to my right or myself. And if we don't highlight it, guess who brings it to our attention? The man as one of the bulbs right now, Cash Money 007. He'll bring it to our attention.
Dun, 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 dun,
Very
dun,
true.
dun, 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 dun,
Dun, dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun.
dun, 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 dun.
Why you done
But
in the girls?
that's what's going on. And as far as today's show is concerned, there are 6 articles that I hope we can get through. If we don't get through them, that's fine. Put into the chat in the link at the very top. And if you have to, Baron or Cash, go into the description. The links for all the articles are there. That's been the norm for Pop Talk since the beginning, is making sure that I put all the links to every article we're discussing in the description.
Because
So
he's a
with
good
that,
man,
Baron,
Charlie Brown.
I leave it to you to add anything that you want to add. Same with you, Baron. And after you guys had your 2 cents, we can go ahead and get started with
Second
the first
verse, same
article.
as the first. Yeah. What about you, Cashola? Mr. Cash Piesel?
Just I my new slogan now is Dragon Lives Matter, because even though they're fake, well, there's some kind of real dragon thing going on.
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Good point.
Hey, are you close to Fullerton, California?
No.
Oh, because it's on. I know it's around the LA area, and they're on live PD. So I swore I saw you on there with the guy. There's a guy with this prominent chin that was.
No, I try not to cause the police problems. I mean, I could, but no. We did have, unfortunately, supposedly an active shooter running around campus. That's happened before, but of course this is around the time of finals, so I have a feeling that somebody just called in a threat so they could get out of some finals.
Well, we had that here in the high schools. One of the kids phoned in that there was going to be some sort of shooting or bombing at the school, and he was just doing it for chits and giggles. I mean, the cops went to the house, went right into the room. The screen was still up on his computer, which is a slacker.
Yeah,
he's a slacker. I mean, that's what a lot. It's like, oh, geez, you guys are really effing things up for everybody.
I mean, we had some professors leave the last year of high school, and we didn't have to take some finals because somebody called in a bomb threat, and it was all over the local news.
So they weren't able to trace your phone then, right?
No, they weren't able to trace.
Good.
It was somebody who was agitated about finals, I guess. He calls in a fake bomb threat.
That's a shame, Cash buddy.
That's
That
a
is
shame.
Yeah. It's too much.
Yes. It's a shame that they couldn't transform.
No,
I'm sure if they could have transformed, they could have disguised themselves into anything.
No, I was always a good person, and I took my finals, but it was nice not to have some finals the last year of high school. It really was. Even though that was a fake bomb threat, it was still nice not to have some finals, but
even though Cash was one that drove the guy over the edge to do it.
I knew the guy. We were friends, and then we weren't. Yeah.
You're such a quiet guy.
Here, hold on, guys. I'll be right back because Adam's saying I'm nipple Mike.
You are.
So, I'm gonna leave and I'll be right back.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
There goes Captain Nipple.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, there he goes. Should we wait to go into the first story, or should we start?
What should we do? Should we cause mutiny again? It's been a while.
Oh, so. I have everything ready. I have
everything
ready.
Excellent.
See, I got See, there's the flag.
Love it.
And of course, I got the background one. So yeah.
Very good. Very good.
He'll be thrown into the dinghy, and he's going to row his dinghy out to the sea.
He said dinghy. Yeah.
Oh, device is not connected. He just popped in. It's like, poor Mike.
I don't know, Admiral. Is it Small Soldiers? My goodness, that movie was what, 90s?
Yeah. If I remember right, I think Weasley was in there.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Hello,
no,
Real Wade.
Yeah, I was just going
How
to
you
say,
doing, man?
welcome to the show.
Hope you're doing well.
And okay, now that Mike is back, I think we can walk
Dun,
into
dun,
the first.
dun.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, he looks like Doc Pop. He doesn't look like a nipple.
Doc Pop has graced us with his presence.
About time. About effing time, I tell you.
Yeah.
So we have our first article here, which is going to be very interesting.
Okay.
It's a Disney story. What the hell you say? And
I'll
bring it up there.
Yes. Basically, I felt like this is why monopolies are dangerous. These kind of situations right here.
Right.
Yes, this stuff actually legitimately pisses me off.
It pisses me off too, because when you have something like that, there's a purpose behind it, even if you find it offensive. And
course.
This is exactly what Bradbury was saying about book burning. It's not the actual physical act of taking a book out and burning it, but it's doing this chop and hack, whether it's in a book or in a movie or a TV show, and not making and basically trying to wipe the original away. This is, of course, from Bounding into Comics, and as you can see, there is the great Gene Hackman.
Yes.
In there.
Yes, and if you don't know about Gene Hackman, do yourself a favor and do some research and watch some movies of Mr. Hackman, including Mississippi Burning, of course, him as Lex Luthor and Superman.
Crimson Tide. I highly recommend Crimson Tide.
If you're a sports fan, definitely watch Hoosiers, and don't let anyone tell you that isn't a great sports movie. It's a great movie. Great inspirational film, too.
It's about Hoosiers, though.
No.
I'm a gopher. I'm not a Hoosier.
There is no... How dare you?
How dare you? My sensibility. Oh, my sensibility. Oh.
Yes, Crimson Tide. Yes, Crimson Tide is definitely a really good one, too. Oh, yes.
So,
Enemy of the State, he was also in as well. He was very good in that.
Hey, guys, real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick, I'm getting some bad buffering right now, so I'm going to be in the chat.
All right, buddy.
But I'm going to be in the chat.
Yo ho, a pirate's life. Oh, what?
Before you go, Mike, don't go yet.
No,
don't go yet.
I'll be watching you guys.
Don't go yet. Don't go yet. Don't leave here. I know you're buffering bad, but don't go just yet. Something very important. Here we go.
All right, youngster, out you go.
Don't come back. Ever. There. I always wanted to do that.
Yo ho. I'm sure you did. Oh boy. It's
Any last words, Mike, before you go?
No. He's just muted himself.
Okay. Back out the door. He's back in the chat anyway. Okay. So getting back to the story, and I hope things go better for Mike here with his computer, because now.
Me too, man. I know, right?
Yeah. So this story comes from Spencer Bacali. That's the byline. Is from the 6th of this month, so just a few days ago. Our friends, the Rotten Rat, censors the French Connection, removes scene featuring racial slur from various versions of the classic film. And this is a classic film. This really is. And a move that goes against the very reason for the service's existence. Disney has censored various releases of William Friedkin's The French Connection, removing a racial slur and an attempt to, quote unquote, update the film for modern sensibilities. The film isn't about modern day. This is what we can call
sensible.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I speak good. Me fail English, that's impossible. And of course,
Go ahead.
Okay. Of course, here we have a picture of Gene Hackman as Jimmy Popeye Doyle has a word with a petty dealer in the French Connection, 1971 20th Century. Well, it was 20th Century Fox, but now they call it 20th Century Studios. And just FYI, the name the Popeyes chicken chain, I believe, the name came from this movie, by the way. So, based on the 1961 busting of a heroin smuggling operation by real-life New York police detectives Eddie Egan and Sonny Grosso, the 61 crime thriller follows NYPD detectives Jimmy Popeye Doyle, played by Gene Hackman, and Buddy Cloudy Russo, who is Roy Scheider, another great actor. 2010 Jaws. I mean, what a great actor he was too. As they seek to stop a local drug smuggling ring led by the notorious kingpin Alan Charner. I'm horrible. And
so it was ostensible, I found out. Okay. So there we go. Problem solved. Continue on.
That's what we have here. And that was played by Fernando Rey. And there's a great shot of Gene Hackman. Gonna try to shoot somebody there. An instant hit upon its release, the film would go on to take home 5 of 8 nominated Oscars at the 44th Academy Awards when they meant something, winning the awards for Best Picture, Best Actor, Gene Hackman, Best Director, Best Film Editing, and Best Adapted Screenplay, but losing those for Best Supporting Actor, Scheider, and Best Cinematography, and Best Sound Mixing. In the years since, The French Connection has come to be widely regarded as the pinnacle of cinematic medium, so much so that the film was selected for preservation by the Library of Congress back in 2005. Originally released by 20th Century Fox, the film would find itself under the ownership of the Rotten Rat in 2019, courtesy of their hostile invasion of the now former rival, and it is under the House of Rats ownership that would apparently be censored. And another great picture of Gene Hackman. As first detailed by veteran entertainment journalist and Hollywood Elsewhere proprietor Jeffrey Wells on June 4th, the edit in question was first brought to public attention in relation to the film of a version of the film hosted by the Criterion Channel's retrospective streaming service. At the beginning of the film, a scene occurs where Doyle runs into Cloudy and notices that the latter is currently dealing with a wound given to him by a random drug dealer. Noticing his partner's discomfort, Doyle mocks, "You dumb guinea." Okay, is that the word? Oh, okay. No.
There's more.
Okay, the scene in question can be seen at 52 seconds in the above video. We will not play that, but we do have the link in there. If you want to see the scene, you go right ahead. Annoyed Cloudy pushes back. "How the hell did I know he had a knife?" Prompting Doyle to opine, "Never trust the M-bomb." "He could have been white," exclaimed Cloudy in turn, to which Doyle asserts, "Never trust anyone." Originally taking place per Wells at roughly 9 minutes and 42 seconds into the film runtime, this scene is now completely absent from the Criterion Channel's release. Unfortunately, it seems that the censorship extends to more than just this one version of the film. The hell you say? According to sources who reached out to Wells, this edit has also been made to both its iTunes release and a copy provided for the May 12th screening of the film of the American Cinematiques Aero Theater in Santa Monica, California. And there's a great picture of Gene Hackman. As of writing, neither Rotten Rat nor any of the entitled entities, I was going to say entitled, but they kind of are, entities discovered to have been distributing the edited version of The French Connection have offered public comment on the film's censorship. And that is that story. And of course, you have a little thing down there bottom. So, I'm just going to let Cash start off on this.
The French Connection is an incredible film. And films, Gone with the Wind, TV shows like Gilligan's Island, which I've actually seen. So I'm like, here's a disclaimer for you. Okay, fine. If you're upset about this and this movie hurts your feelings, even though a lot of you don't care, because it's always the case, about looking into the actual research and why this scene is important, then just put a little disclaimer on there so your feelings are better, and then maybe you can go about your day. Because I know for a number of people, and I like to unfortunately call them drones because that's what they always are, is this triggers them, which is ridiculous.
Drones, NPCs, yeah.
Yes. I don't know what to say about this nonsense. It's always the same situation. Censorship is never going to be the way to do it. But however you feel about Song of the South, it's still not on Disney Plus, and yet it should be. And if you're so upset about that movie, put a disclaimer on it. That's all you got to do. They've done it before. Put a disclaimer on it and be done with it if it upsets people. But no, they have to actually take things out because it upsets people. So find the one that's unedited. Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah.
But they're out there. They're out there.
Yep. Yeah.
And the thing is you have the people who are banning this stuff. And yeah, banning. Again, this is exactly what Ray Bradbury was talking about. A lot of people were making a big fuss about Song of the South. Never saw the effing movie. They were just told something from like probably a pointy head, intellectual looking dumbass professor or some activist somewhere saying this is how you're going to be. Then you got the drones, NPCs all going out there saying this is bad. But the thing is the descendants of the man who played Uncle Remus are all pissed about it. They want it out there. They say this is a labor of love. When the film was released, the theater wouldn't let the black cast into the theater. So what did Walt Disney do? He walked out and was with them out on the street to show his support to him. This was an important film. This is based off of actual folklore and tall tales that the black slaves had. So this is an important piece of black history. It really is. But let's censor it. Let's keep it away. Let's tell people what it is. Now it's the same thing. We have to have this for modern sensibilities. This is 1971. Things were different. Things were a little bit rougher. I'm sorry, kids, you wouldn't have been able to survive. I grew up in the 70s. I know. I remember what it was like. I remember when Blazing Saddles was, but because I can understand the censoring for public TV. But the thing is that's going on ABC, NBC, whatever they have. They have to follow the FCC. But the thing is, the films were still available to be able to see in their entirety elsewhere. But when they had Blazing Saddles, I believe it was on ABC, they edited out Stupp because the one character was von Stupp. Because Stupping means aardvarking, coitus, whatever you want to sit back and say. But they still let the N words in there. Now it's the other way around.
It's ridiculous.
And and just if you take a look how the words were in there, the lines were, it was don't trust or whatever. He says whatever. Then he follows through. Never trust anyone. Don't trust anybody. And again, that is exactly what it was. New York was a shithole back then. It really, really was. That's why you had movies like Death Wish.
Has it gotten any better though?
Well, it did get better. It did get better at one time.
Yeah.
But I don't know about now. I mean, if you can see it now, it's all orange.
Yeah, the smoke will clear at some point, but it's very bad over there.
It looks like LA. I mean,
no, LA's actually been cleaning up their air for a number of years, surprisingly, but they have, We used to have horrible smog in the 90s, though.
Oh, yeah, in the 80s, yeah.
Yeah.
There's always a thing about LA about the smog.
But the air is a lot cleaner now. At least we don't see that smog anymore much. If it's sometimes there, but.
And this is the thing. Go and get physical media. Honestly.
Yeah.
Go to the pawn shops where you can get these films for cheap on
Yep.
DVD, even on VHS if you need to.
Yep. And this won't just happen to Disney, unfortunately. The Discovery could do this. Any of these companies that feel they have to have modern sensibilities or change things or whatever other nonsense, because it's always nonsense.
Yeah. It is.
These monopolies need to go, and there needs to be a campaign to make sure they go. But unfortunately, when you have the money, this is the kind of stuff that happens. And what are you going to do? Stop it? Well, you can try to, I guess, in court if there is some shady stuff going on. But Disney, as far as I know, purchases stuff fairly.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, that's as far as we know, it's done. But the thing is I don't know if you can say that because I'm sure there are antitrust laws that have been violated in all this. I mean, when you have one entity owning so much, another entity owning so much, and another entity owning so much, and it shows.
Yep. And I don't even know, the FCC warned TV stations, other companies about this, that they never wanted monopolies. Now they seem to not care.
Right.
I don't think they care much, which is unfortunate. We need more competition in the world in general.
Right.
Less competition is very bad.
Right.
It really is.
And this is one of the things I blame the Reagan administration for in NPR.
Mm-hmm.
Really, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it was under that, because NPR here in the Twin Cities, they wanted to have 2 FM stations, which was not allowed because that trust law.
Right.
They got that passed through, and once you get that simply so. Well, if NPR can have it, then I can own more than one, and so before you know it, one market only has the majority of the stations are owned by 3 entities.
Yep.
And if you have a smaller station that's privately owned, like a little WKRP, well, they struggle.
Right. And hello, Tommy.
Oh yeah, Tommy of the Guinea Pig Collection. We got welcome one and all, welcome, even the guinea pigs, even the guinea pigs.
No, it's unfortunate, and unfortunately, this is also another situation where you make fun of. And I want to push this message even more. We need more of a sense of humor in our society, and when Disney does these things, you can get mad about it, and it is aggravating. But you can also mock them for it too.
Yeah,
because these situations are absolutely stupid. They just are.
Well, yeah. I mean, definitely the mocking, I think, is the thing that hurts the most. When you're mocking them and dismissing them, they think they're on top of some sort of soapbox, thinking look at us, we're virtual signaling. Yeah, so.
Right. Exactly.
Any other thoughts about this story there, Mr. Cash Monet?
All right.
Nothing?
Anything else to say? I don't know. I think we covered it, didn't we?
I think so. We're pretty good. We don't have Mike here holding us back. Just kidding, Mike.
We need the pirate flag.
I was just going to ask, should I raise it? Should it be raised?
I think
okay. So. He's floating out in the dinghy, and there we go, me Mikey. But I'm not done. We got more pirating to do here.
That's right.
There we go, me Mikey.
Oh my.
Yeah. The PACIFIC414 is now under our control.
Mike wants to let us know he's still here.
I know. He's in the dinghy alongside the boat.
Yeah. He is definitely.
But we're about ready to cut the rope. How does the dinghy feel, sir? How does it feel? So we have another story here. Let me see if I can get that poll up. I'm having to do different things with my doing this because I'm going from one browser to another because it just didn't really. Yeah, I need to do something, and then we go to paste. Now you see, you're seeing everything. See, okay, we're gonna go. Thank you. Okay, this story. See, Mike does this a lot better than me. So we have another story here, and I think this is from you, Cash, from Bounding in the Comics, and of course it's in the chat there, folks. So I'll let you be able to read the chats because I can't see it when I do this until I get 2 monitors. So FUBAR, which stands up effed up beyond all recognition is an old
Come
Army face.
on.
Arnold Schwarzenegger falsely says heaven is a fantasy. The reality is that we won't see each other again after we're gone. And this is from John F. Trent and was dated on the 3rd.
He can feel any way he wants, but these quotes from the celebrities especially are just, to me, idiotic. Just don't say this. It's like coming out and saying stuff about different religions, and you don't know. If you feel that way, fine, but it just feels like you're going to get other people upset with this. Like, it's just idiotic. Or not get upset, and you just go, dude, what are you doing?
Right. And by the way, Cash, I know all about you. You're going to hell. Okay.
I'm taking you with me, Baron.
Okay, cool. And Mike will be stuck in the dinghy.
Yes.
So we have
yes.
Octa, former bodybuilder. I'm going to add that one. Bodybuilder Schwarzenegger. Mike, I think does a better job than me. Who plays Luke Brunner in the newly released Netflix series Fuba. He recently shared his opinion that heaven is a fantasy. And he's walking away from a dumpster fire, which is Netflix, by the way. Speaking with Danny DeVito, of all people. Of course, he starred with him in Twins. For Interview Magazine, which I've never heard of.
No, me either.
Not being mocked, I just never heard of
it. We can make the joke about like LA Confidential. Hush, hush.
Cash loves that film.
Great movie. Highly recommended.
DeVito brought up how he's worried about running out of water and whether or not humanity will last as a species. He said the whole I'll try it with this way. He said the whole idea that we have to drink water out of bottles. I worry about what's going on in the world with water because we are running out of it. Look at McNeed and look at what's happening there. What's the future for us? What do you think in terms of our species? Are we going to last? Tell me, oh great leader, tell me. And here's a picture of him in with Linda Hamilton, Skydance production, Terminator, Dark Fate. I have lost track of that.
Never watched that one.
I didn't. I really didn't even know it was there. Schwarzenegger responded, "It reminds me of Howard Stern's question to me. Tell me, Governor, what's happening to us when we die?" I said, "Nothing. You're 6 feet under. Anyone tells you something else is a fucking liar." And, I used the phrase. Back in 2019, Schwarzenegger discussed death with Stern, telling the host, "I'm not afraid of death. I'm just pissed off about it. Because, especially when you have a life like we have, and then one day it's over. That really pisses me off."
Well, you know what, people, I've seen some comments, and I wanted to bring this up because I found it very interesting. And I think there's comments under this article also that says it. I think people like Arnold and think they never want to be forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
They have big egos, obviously. Right. A lot of people in the world have big egos, but they have big egos, and they're like, no, I must be eternal. I must be here forever. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think it bothers them that they can't have that attention anymore. Mm-hmm. So they want to be their own version of God, I guess. Yeah.
Well, you're exactly right, and I guess I'll expand upon that as we get further along in the story here. But I think you're hitting it right on the mark there. Stern then asked him, "Governor, where are we going to go when we die? Be honest with us. By the way, have you seen my small package?" The Terminator actor answered, "Well, the truth is, if you go 6 feet under, you're going to rot there. That's the reality." However, he did post, "Hopefully there is a life after this, and we'll all know it's going to be different if there's a life after this. I hope there is." Stern then pressed, "There isn't one, is there?" Schwarzenegger responded, "It's not going to be like this. I'm not going to sit after we are dead. We're all going to be we're not going to sit here like this and do interviews and have a great time and have laughs and have Robin giving us this beautiful smile all the time. This will be different. It's not a tumor. And
Come on, don't bullshit me.
And there's Arnold walking in with a bunch of balloons in that FUBAR series, episode 106. He continued, maybe there'll be angels sitting around. Maybe there will be God there smacking us every time we say something, a folded a word or something like that. We'll say shit or whatever, or this or whatever. Schwarzenegger then concluded the discussion with Stern saying, I mean, I don't know what it is, but it's upsetting that I cannot stand it. It makes me very angry about that. I'm furious about it. I want to crush its head. I want to make it into a nothing. I'm going to beat it all up. That's why you and I, we are so much alike, because we want to be the only ones that will live forever.
Forever. Okay.
My dogs don't like my Arnold.
Come on.
Come on. Get to the chopper.
To the truth. Anyways, Pacific wants us to play a clip.
Oh, a clip from one of these?
I'm guessing he has an Arnold clip. Is that right?
Oh, okay. Like I said, sorry, I don't see the chat when I'm doing those stories. My apologies. Until I get to
I've got you.
You got me. You got me. So he wants to hear Arnold. He has a clip of Arnold. By the way, how's my Arnold? I know it's shitty.
I'll send you some clips. Don't worry.
Oh, I got clips, but I mean, how is my Arnold? I mean, I got Arnold clips. Don't worry. I mean,
it's okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I have a headache.
It might be a tumor.
It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor at all.
It's not. I love how he says it's not a tumor at all, and then he has he pauses at all.
At all.
That movie gets very dark.
Yeah, it does.
It really does.
Here's a question you can.
Who's your daddy, and what does he do?
Ow!
Ow!
How you doing?
I'm Arnold.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah,
we have fun here at Pop Talk. Yeah.
And here is the former Governator from Terminator Genesis from Paramount Pictures and Skydance Production. After referencing this interview with Stern, DeVito countered him and told him, "Hey, you don't know." Schwarzenegger replied, "I said I don't know what happens to the soul and all that spiritual stuff that I am not an expert in, but I know that the body as we see each other now, we will never see each other like this again. I won't have these muscles. I won't be able to do the pec dance. I won't be able to crush things." DeVito responded, "We deteriorate." Schwarzenegger then elaborated, "Except in some fantasy. When people talk about I will see them again in heaven, it sounds so good. But the reality is that we won't see each other again after we're gone. That's the sad part. I know people feel comfortable with death, but I don't." Sounds like there's... He says he's not afraid, but it sounds like there's a little fear in there.
And just like what Sparta Chris said and some other people said, they keep talking about us running out of resources. They keep telling us that this is bad and this is bad. It's like, well, do you have a better resource? Oh, you don't. Well, maybe you should shut up then. Oh, you can't? Well, then I can just go over here somewhere else.
So I do want to say a hi to Sparta Chris. Good to see you, sir. And of course, the Paddle Wannabe is here.
Yes.
And then I saw, do I have to acknowledge this guy? He's nothing but trouble. There's Chase. Yeah, Chase. Yeah, there you are. I said hi to you. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy.
But really, no, they it's always the same thing. Like here, we have to change this resource. We have to change this. Well, what do you have better? Okay,
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, wonderful. Just a second here. Something came up. There we go. I hit the wrong buttons and stuff comes up because I'm an idiot. Schwarzenegger went on to reiterate much of his comments to Stern. "Because I will be fucking miss the shit out of everything. To sit with you here, that will one day be gone," he continued. "And to have fun and to go to the gym and to pump you up. I want to pump you up and to ride my bike on the beach and travel around in my Hummer using all this gasoline that I don't want you to use and fly in my jets that I don't want you to fly in and to see interesting things all over the world. What the fuck?"
The thing about Arnold is he's actually had some good inspirational speeches, but let's also be clear about this. And I remember my biology in high school. My biology, class in high school, the teacher said, this man did steroids. Well, he did. Now, it wasn't illegal for bodybuilding, but he did do steroids. So, he's, I would say Arnold is a mixed bag, and especially the whole situation that he had with the affair. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And marrying into a certain family.
Yep.
A certain crime family.
Yep.
Ooh.
He also supports Mussolini, so that gives him a bad mark as well.
Well, yeah.
My opinion.
he is not. He's not what he has tried to pass himself off as before.
No, he's not.
Mm-hmm. Schwarzenegger went on. I tell you, there's something that's mixed up with this whole thing. Think about it. Who can we blame? The veto questions. You mean that we don't live forever? The Conan the Barbiturate actor responded, yeah, that's what we have to die. He added, I don't know what the deal is, but in any case, it's a reality and it truly pisses me off. When DeVito said, you don't want to die, Schwarzenegger stated, no, what the fuck? What kind of deal is it? Is that?
No. No.
So
it's been very bad.
Yeah. I mean, the story starts out with him saying he's not afraid of death, but obviously everything he's saying, he is. Honestly. But I want to continue on. Ironically, Schwarzenegger recently recognized the divinity of God in an interview in May. He told the Hollywood Reporter, I think it's very easy to understand. We are not perfect, except me and my muscles. My muscles are perfect. We try to be, but there's only one that's perfect, and that's God. My mouth is great, but it gets me into trouble. My brain is great, but it's addled with steroids for my muscles. It has the will to make a better world, but sometimes I fuck up. The 7-time Mr. Olympia winner said, or is that Weiner? I can't remember. I make mistakes. I behave badly. Yeah. All those things I've addressed in the past, I feel bad about. But I cannot roll the clock back. I have to be careful and be wiser. I'm smarter. I'm more sensitive about other people's feelings, he added. Okay. And there he is.
Not always.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Schwarzenegger's opinion is contrary to the revelation provided by Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit to the tradition of the Catholic Church. The Catechism of the Catholic Church teaches those who die in God's grace and friendship and are perfectly purified live forever in Christ. They are like God forever, and they see him as he is face to face. Of course, our person writes this, it must be Catholic. If there is, it was Pope Benedict the 12th from Benedictus Deus. A virtue of our apostolic authority, we divine the following. According to the general disposition, God, the souls of the saints, and the faithful who died after receiving Christ's holy baptism, provided that we do not need purification when we died, or so on. So basically, going into the crux of the the Roman Church that you have out there. Let's go down here. The Catechism also declares that perfect life with the most holy Trinity. So, of course, you're speaking on that one. To live in heaven is to be with Christ. So they're countering with all the Catechism that you have here, and which actually I do have a copy sitting around. Oh, yeah, there it is. There's my copy of the Catholic Catechism, and I'm not Catholic. Later, the Catechism states the message of the Last Judgment calls men to conversion while God is still giving them the acceptable time, the days of salvation. It inspires a holy fear of God, commits them to justice of the kingdom of God, proclaims the blessing and hope. So this is the message that Schwarzenegger means. So I don't know who. Okay, so John F. Trent, who is the editor-in-chief, and obviously it sounds like, besides economics and philosophy, is into theology, and sounds like he might be Roman Catholic. No slight against him on there. And you said there was some context down here, some comments.
Yep.
So I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I don't go to actors, shock jocks, or websites for spiritual advice. Or for that matter, Joel Osteen. Celebrities are like Sith in Star Wars. They are afraid of dying, will do anything to remain useful, and would pursue immortality if they could achieve it. They are very afraid of losing their money and power. There.
Yep. And I don't think they're all like this. I
No.
don't personally think Chris Pratt is like this. I don't think Henry Cavill is like this. I think there's some other celebrities out there that aren't like this. But you've got the Elliot Page nonsense, and I'm going to call it what it is. These books come out; these people are afraid of people. There's also this whole movement. It seems that people are saying that they're afraid of being around straight white people and stuff like. So, I hate to break it to YouTube, like I just said that. So remember, Dragon Lives Matter, YouTube. So please pass it on.
Actually, I'm afraid of being around straight white people like you. I'm just
me too, Baron. Me too.
Yeah. So obviously, you got very explained on there. And this has always been an age old. What happens when we die? And we have many religions, of course, and they talk about the afterlife, our reincarnation, trying to get to the next level of consciousness, the count. I mean, as such, I'm myself Missouri Lutheran, so I understand a lot about how the Catholics think as well, because we're not too off of them.
Yep.
But through this whole thing, it does sound like that Mr. Schwarzenegger, even though he stated in the beginning, now I'll state it again, he is very afraid of it.
He is, and a lot of people are, I'm sure. But when it comes to celebrities, if they didn't have their TikTok, a lot of them, if they didn't have Twitter, they wouldn't. That they can't be, because so many of them, and I think even more of them now are even narcissists. If they didn't have that, I don't know what they would do with their lives. I really don't.
Well, I mean,
they need that attention all the time, 24 hours a day. I mean, these are people who are like, hey, I wanted to write this that I went to the store today. Okay.
That sounds like
happy for you. Yeah, sure.
That sounds like it. I'm going to do some writing here. And I got to wash the dishes, go to the store.
Got to wash the dishes, go to the store. Hey, it's good to wash dishes, Baron. You should learn how to do it.
I do. I actually work in the kitchen. I'm the cook in the family now. So, I mean, I've been kind of out of it for a little while, but now I'm back being a cook because I have a great kitchen. I love it. But as that goes, with it all, when they start saying about religion and such, it always fills up. Something is going to fill up that spot for religion.
Hello, Black Dragon.
And you take a look, and one of the things that fascinates me, of course, is North Korea.
Of course.
Democratic Republic of Korea, also known as the Hermit Kingdom. And basically, they replace God with the Kim family. They're revered like gods.
Right.
You have to have a picture of your leader and all the others in the house. One woman got thrown into jail because her house was burning. She went in and saved her kid and got him out. Somebody else ran into the house and saved the pictures. So they hailed the guy who saved the pictures as a hero and sent her off to jail.
Yep.
To the camps.
Yes. So Rocco, since you're here, I just wanted to interrupt you just for a second, Baron. Since Rocco's here. Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Okay.
There you go, Rocco.
Oh, fuck, that's good.
Thank you.
That's good. You should have been the one reading the article. But, I mean, even if you take a look at the old Soviet Union, how they toted Lenin and Stalin up like living gods. And let's not forget the little corporal with the mustache from Austria who took over Germany and basically, again, being, he was God. People start looking at themselves as God. You look at the time of Rome, and the Caesars are either promoting themselves or being promoted to the level of God. So it's always out there, and it is the hubris. They want to be remembered forever. But you look at Hollywood. How many people remember Douglas Fairbanks? Not Jr., but Douglas Fairbanks. Or Lon Chaney. Not Jr., the original one.
Yeah.
Or even Clark Gable. I mean, look how much of a giant Clark Gable was, and how many people today know or even care about him are many of these others. And these were giants. They're always out there. Magazines they're on magazine covers left and right. Now, blah. You know what?
Yep. I hope people don't forget about people like James Caan. He was quite an actor, man.
Right.
TV and movies.
But I'm afraid to say, I bet you this generation now, most of them don't know who James Caan is.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know. I'm just going to throw out a science fiction movie was in Alien Nation with Mandy Patinkin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Rocco, but yeah, you're going to have to have my horse shit, Arnold, until Pacific gets back with a better computer. It'll do Arnold. Arnold.
I'm here to help.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, as it goes, is to go for theological advice from, unless of course that person really is because there are people who are very theological minded. Take a look at Tolkien. Tolkien was extremely theologically minded. I always sit back and say the Lord of the Rings is a Catholic book. There is so much Catholicism in the Lord of the Rings. Of course, needless to say, C.S. Lewis, we all know with Narnia and all that, obviously not as disguised as Lord of the Rings, is a little bit more out there. But you did have people that posed the arguments. I mean, all you have to do is read the Screw Tape letters from Lewis, which you could sit back and say is a fantasy book where you have the two devils writing to each other, but basically about the nature of man.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I do believe we do have an afterlife. I do believe, I do believe that because, in the soul is that energy. Energy never dissipates. Energy is eternal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that part of me that's energy still retains consciousness.
Right.
No,
it's going to happen to you. Oh.
What now?
No, what's going to happen to you, Baron, is you're going to turn into a big bug, and then in another life, you're going to attack things.
Yeah, you're my first target. And of course, want to say hi to Appian. Welcome to the show.
Appian, what's up, man? How you doing?
We're doing Arnold impersonations. You want to do Arnold impersonations? We do Arnold impersonations. Anything else to comment about on this? Anybody in the chat even wish to make a comment? Do you want to sit back and say, I'm full of shit, Cash is full of shit, Arnold's full of shit? The only one you can't say that about is Mike, because Mike is in the chat. He's not here.
He's not here.
He's not here on the channel because he has problems. His computer has a tumor.
It's got a tumor.
It has a tumor. And going once, twice, three times, the lady. I don't hear anything. So, I don't even know what this next story is. I'm just grabbing it in order.
All right. In order. Oh, my.
That are in order. Put in there. Oh, okay. It looks like Mike went absolutely bonkers and bounty in the comics, but they're one of the better ones out there. I have to say
they can be good. They can also be ridiculous too, but yes, they can be good.
So, look at that. It's the bonfire of the vanities. Elle Fanning and Jenna Ortega reject Hollywood's stereotypical badass and strong female characters. And this is from John F. Trent again, and this was from the 9th. Yeah. Boy, he
was on EBN recently. If I
he was? Oh, cool.
Yeah, he was.
Sorry, I missed that. He must have some tired fingers writing all these articles. Actresses, and I love that. Actresses, not actors, actresses. I never understood why a woman wouldn't call herself an actor because that's the masculine. Actress is the feminine, and it's you know what? It sounds nice. I'm sorry, actress sounds.
It does.
Yeah,
but remember, people have to change words to make themselves feel better, because it's not equal enough. If you say actress for a woman, that's putting her down.
Yeah,
don't do that.
Which is kind of funny because it shouldn't. It should be a strong, and excuse me for using this word, empowering.
But a lot of words just become buzzwords, and it's just ridiculous. They don't mean exactly what they should mean.
Yeah, I mean this started up in the late 80s, early 90s, where women started calling themselves actors. I know Gates McFadden on Star Trek Next Generation was referring to herself to an actor. It's like, do you have somebody banging about it?
It's like, oh, that actress. Well, please call me an actor. How about no?
Yeah, how about a thespian? There we go. We'll go with a thespian. And I think the female version of that is lesbian. No, I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
Oh
I'm
no!
so sorry.
Dun,
I'm sorry.
dun,
There we
dun.
go.
Do
We got strike.
we got a clip. We got a clip for that.
Do we have a clip? Let me take a look.
We got a clip.
I guess I got to do double, triple duty here, man.
Yeah.
Why do I get that? Okay, here it is.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
That's what he was saying
Oh,
to
play Dr.
Maria
Evil.
Schreiber. That's what he was saying to Maria Schreiber, Baron. Shut up! Yeah. When she was talking about his affair. Yes, I went there. YouTube.
Yeah,
Yes.
there we go. Well, she looks like Skeletor. I think this is what Mike wanted.
How about no?
There we go. Happy Mike, bossing us from the chat. We're going to cut that. We're going to cut that rope on their dinghy. We'll do that.
In the dinghy. In the dinghy.
Actresses Elle Fanning and Jenna Ortega recently shared their thoughts on Hollywood's push to have female characters be badass and strong. And this looks like the great Once Upon a Time, episode 310. Catherine meets court scientist Nikolai, who announces the comic. Okay, interesting. And that's Elle Fanning right there. Hi. Ooh, thank you. Fanning brought up the subject as part of Variety Actors on Actors after briefly discussing her role as Catherine the Great in the television series The Great. She was the last Tsar / Tsarist. They had Swedish blood. Just to let you guys know. Fanning said, "I don't know if you feel like this, and I'm not going to try to do a female voice, guys. I'm only saving that for Arnold."
Yeah, he hasn't decided to identify as a female, but maybe next week. Maybe next week.
I identify as a blob, a hairy blob. There we go. I don't know if you feel like this, but when reading scripts, they love describing women as badass strong, and they're always coming into a room and they know everything, and it's boy, she likes a lot. Oh, that's a strong woman. It's I don't want to watch that. I'm not like that. She continues, "I love complicated women, and I want to play evil women." And that messages is that's what I feel like I tried to bring that into Catherine, because she's not always right all the time, especially when she was hanging around with her horses. We won't go there. And of course, here's another picture from The Great. Ortega then shared, also, when you're not watching a project, you want to feel like the characters are representative of that you're seeing of yourself on screen, and relatable are attainable. And when you're constantly walking and there's cars blowing up in the background and things like that, it's cool. It's awesome. It looks beautiful. But I don't know anything about her. So it's hard to develop some sort of admiration or connection with women when they are written with very two-dimensional and don't really give you enough. And there is Jenna Ortega as Goody Adams in Wednesday. Fanning then said, "It's like to be a strong woman, you have to be this. To be, it's again, putting us in a box again." So I think I'm very grateful for Tony's writing of getting to kind of show the different sides. Ortega noted, and for it to be accurate and feel good to you and relatable to you. Fanning concluded the statement discussing her Catherine the Great character. "I think she has a huge ego." No shit. Just look at history, folks. She did. And a love of horses. She's very egotistical, which is one of I love playing that side of her. It's so much fun. My God, it's hard to read what she says. Fanning and Ortega are not the only ones to express this opinion. Emily Blunt, who stars in the upcoming Oppenheimer film, which Cash can't wait to see, told the Telegraph last November, "It's the worst thing ever when you open a script and read the words strong female lead. That makes me roll my eyes. I'm already out. I'm bored." Blunt then shared, "Those roles are written as incredibly stoic. You spend the whole time acting tough and saying tough things." She-Hulk attorney at law actress Titania Maslany also told The Guardian, that The Guardian also told The Guardian the strong female lead trope is reductive. It's just as much a shaving off of the nuances and just as much of a trope. It's a box that nobody fits into. Even the phrase is frustrating. It's as if we're supposed to be grateful that we get to be that. Now, is she the one that did play She-Hulk?
No.
Okay.
No, the woman who, yes,
Titania,
I guess it is, yes. She was originally in, oh my gosh, Perry Mason. That's it, yeah, Perry Mason. She was not bad in that.
Yeah, so I mean, saying that and being a She-Hulk and what a disaster that was. Emma Thompson.
That show is awful. I don't care what anybody says about it. That show is terrible.
Let's twerk. Okay. Emma Thompson also informed Cultured Blast. "So all the women screenwriters I talk to, I say, well, what's the story? Because it's not good enough to simply give the woman the guns and then make the woman badass as well." She added, "Now women have to be badass. If they're feminine in the way that they used to be, and they're not badasses, then they're not welcome. Also, they're not allowed to cry, apparently, anymore, because we've just got to be like men." I remember thinking, well, that's not what we meant. When I got a group of women together in my 30s, and I said, okay, what's the female heroine? I don't want to say heroine because it sounds like heroin, but it's heroin.
That's what it is, yeah.
Yeah. So they're doing heroin with the heroines. Who is that? What does she do? Because she hasn't got the wherewithal to do the Superman, to do the Godfather. That's not the point, Thompson shared. That's not where our heroism lies. How do we make it heroic? And here is Emma Thompson. And Mark Strong is in there as well. That's from Cruella. Okay. What do you make of Fanning? I never did either. What do you make of Fanning and Ortega coming out against the strong female stereotypes that has preoccupied Hollywood as much as genre films and TV series? So, again, I'll let you start off there so I can get back to my proper screen to do proper things. And by the way, before you go on, I don't mean to interrupt, though. I do want to say hello, because people have been popping up while I was telling the story. We do have Kitty Bear.
We do. Hello, Kitty Bear.
Hi. Yep. And then we also have Black Dragon.
We got Chaos. Yeah, we got Pit Viper. So we got Chaos. Hello.
Yeah, Pit Viper. There we go. And I think I caught up. If I haven't, please make it known I didn't see your name. Okay, Cash.
Yeah. No, the thing is, like, and I've been having some conversations about this with Jace because he's a big fan of Jenny Ortega.
Yeah,
that, you know, she's even on the set and she's like, I don't know if Wednesday's supposed to act like this, and then, you know, people start turning on her. It's like, no, I think the actor, they should be able to give input on the character that they're playing always. But this whole thing about, listen, we've been labeling stuff for years, but Hollywood, the film industry, a lot of these entertainment industries are not fair about things. When we watch, for example, go back to Angelina Jolie in Tomb Raider, we knew she was playing a strong female character. Right. Lara Croft, even if they turned her into a sex symbol or still think she is or whatever, a lot of people, she was a strong female. You just knew. Sigourney Weaver in Alien and Aliens and whatever, and Ghostbusters, you know she's already a strong female. You don't have to say it. It's the same with these minorities. Well, we have to make sure that this minority is strong. We know the minority is strong. We know someone like Mace Windu is strong.
Right.
Nothing has to be said about it, but they need those words for the woke people, for the other groups, whatever. So it makes them feel good.
Right.
But even Emily Blunt is like, this stuff is getting ridiculous. Jenny Ortega is saying, Fanning is saying this stuff is crazy. And none of this has to be labeled about this. It's just like the cis white male. All these words are stupid. They're just dumb. I mean, in the latest, this is another thing that just drives me crazy. Why are we turning Lois into more of a little boy in the Adventures of Superman? She has long hair, or she should, and she's supposed to be feminine because she's a strong woman. But you already know, even though she doesn't exist in real life, you already should know that she is a strong woman. The way she reports, the way she doesn't put up with stuff, even from men.
Right.
Like, just build these characters, right, Mouse? Exactly. See, Mouse came over to see. I just laugh. If you talk to somebody like Jenny Ortega, it's like, don't you think it's ridiculous, all these labels? I mean, if we know the character is strong, it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, then it shouldn't matter. We didn't care about a lot of this stuff. Even you go back to Carmen Sandiego. Was she not considered a strong woman? Does she not have good values to pass on to men or women or kids or children or whatever? She did. You know, and so even that, they wanted to change that with the Netflix. Why isn't she talking about history? What is going on? You know, and these things are ridiculous. It's like, oh, well, we can't do the same thing again. But why do you think people like this so much? And so the labels is the same kind of nonsense. So you go down the list of this crazy stuff. It's just these words, this, that, other stuff. It doesn't matter. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, let's take away the thing that made it popular. What the basis was.
I agree with what Black Dragon says, and also Padawannabe. Yes. Yes.
So, yeah, Padawannabe, how many strong women does it take to screw in a light bulb? They just yell at someone.
Oh no, we do allow jokes here on Pirate Bay Sunday edition. Pirate Bay Sunday edition. I like that. I think that's good. You might want to add that sometime. But anyways,
I like that. We have to 5 o'clock meeting. 5 o'clock meeting. We'll discuss. But you know, you're hitting the points on there, like you were saying. Ripley, are you taking a look at Linda Hamilton in the Terminator series? These are strong women, but you saw a growth from them from the one film to the other. You know, Ripley went from being hunted down in Aliens, and basically what the hell's going on, to nuke them from and being fanatical about it, and obviously for good reason. And it's a logical reason, and she's very strong. You, of course, mentioned, Linda Hamilton, where she's just this waitress. She's just this waitress.
Right.
And all of a sudden, she's thrown into this whole mishmash. And even through that film, Terminator, you see that growth, to where at the end of the film, she's maniacal and with the picture. And even going on to Terminator 2, and you can see why she is what she is. She was still feminine, but now she's obsessed, and rightly so. Princess Leia. Princess Leia Star Wars. Again, a strong one. And you have something to go off of.
Yes.
Why she is that way, and how her character went from one film to another film. And the growth that she had there. We had strong women.
Yep.
They were not 2D caricatures.
No, they aren't.
3D fleshed out characters, as much, if not sometimes more so, than the men.
Yep, and they're the ones who are Hollywood and a lot of the film industry, the video game industry. They're the ones who are always labeling stuff all the time. You even go back to when we had E3, and you hear IGN. And IGN's just like, look at all the strong women. I said, I don't care who's on stage. What information are they sharing? That should be the most important thing.
Right.
But no, it just, they always, it makes them feel good, I guess. I don't care if there's like a conference full of like 1,000 women. Do they all have good information that they're talking about for this topic? That's what matters. That should always matter.
Anybody who walks up on that stage, if they're a man, a woman, white, black, Asian. It doesn't matter.
No.
If they go up there and they are a wealth of information and they're giving you what they're allowed to give you, and they know what they're talking about, hey, all power to you. But if you're going up there just as virtual signaling and a checkbox.
Exactly. And it doesn't matter if you're a man, a woman, if you identify as an alien, I don't care. Just you it's well, there is a Gorlock running around, so sometimes we have to eliminate those Gorlocks. They can be a problem.
Of the Gorlock of the X-Men.
Oh, Gorlock. Gorlock is very hungry all the time, so
hungry,
no, Alien Lives Matter, as Whoopa just said. Yes.
Yep. And hello, Whoopa, Whoopa.
Hello, Whoopa, Whoopa. Yeah. It's just yes, we know you're a Klingon, Mike.
We could go.
Oh, we better play that clip. No, he'll want to play the clip.
Just a second here. I'm getting there. I'm just getting there, but I just gotta do one thing here. Okay, there we go. So Gorlock hungry. I forgot I took that one out so I could put up for the.
Glory to you and your house.
In your house, yeah. Always. No, it's the same thing when they're like, oh, we don't have diversity, we don't have this. Right. What the heck are Klingons? What are orcs? In these shows, in this fans, what is that? Is that not considered diversity enough?
No, because they twisted it around saying that these things are racist tropes of actual people. I mean, look what they're saying about the goblins or whatever in Hogwarts, and they're saying it's to a certain ethnic group. And it's like you take a look at that. These people are stretching so much to make something that really you're the racist.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one that's going out there on your way to try to make something out of what it's not.
Yep.
And
there's exactly always, and when we talk about with the whole thing about there hasn't been enough minority women, there hasn't been this. It's like, look, have you watched shows like Person of Interest? There was a minority woman on there. Yes, she, spoiler alert, she ended up getting killed, but she was a great character. And she was, wait for it, a detective. I know. Very shocking.
The hell you say? Oh, sorry. I did that wrong. Yep. I forget that I have full control of the show, so I should.
What the hell you say?
Yep.
I'm getting better, Mike, honestly.
This
is so much pressure.
It's just so funny. Like the building of characters has actually gone down, and you got these companies make billions and billions of dollars. Build your characters better.
Right.
That's all.
And
it would make a lot of people appreciate it. And they said, "Oh my gosh, they're doing this!" Like again, yes, this is how it should be. Like I said, Angelina Jolie, excuse me, she's done strong roles as a female. Oh no. Sigourney Weaver, even I would say people like Annie Potts, that's going back a ways, but Annie Potts is on Young Sheldon now, or has been for a few. She's a strong female too.
Right. And the Ghostbusters 1 and 2.
They were like, they were always hitting on her, and those. She didn't. Did she back down or run away? No.
She was that no nonsense person. It's like you don't mess with her.
No.
And that's just it. And the thing is it's not just women characters. It's all characters now. And yes, I'm falling under the pressure.
It's a lot of characters. It's upsetting because they could be doing so much more with these characters. And when they're like, there's no diversity or there was about, they keep going back to that. It's like, look at even watching like Buck Rogers, there was diversity. And guess what? There was strong black women. And you don't even need to say strong because she's a captain. She's an officer. Was she treated like crap? No, not at all. She was respected.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, and that's just it.
We always keep going back to this, and I agree with Ortega and these other people. Yes,
Mhm.
why are we putting always these labels on stuff? Yes, we label things all the time, but we already know Angelina Jolie was a strong woman. Even
Right.
Viola Davis has had strong roles, and she goes off on crazy stuff. I
Mhm.
would just want to look at her and said, "What are you talking about?" Even in that was based on a play, Fences. She was a
Oh yeah.
strong woman who was a mother, but she was
Mhm.
a strong woman. But you didn't have to say it; you already knew.
Well, you're touching on another topic. You said that she was a housewife and all. They look down on that, but honestly, that is a very tough job. Yeah,
Yep.
you're not getting money for it. I mean, it's the hardest job you never get paid for.
It is.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot of a person. It should never, ever be looked down. Or if a man's in that position too, because now sometimes you have the house husband.
Yep. Right.
Again,
Exactly. And
and
that's not bad either. It's just
no,
it doesn't mean that a man is soy. If they're taking care of the kids while the
right,
wife works, that's fine. If it's the other way around, that's fine too. If they have enough money to not and they can support themselves, that's okay too.
right,
Like all this stuff is okay. It's just there is a thing still in society that a man should always be working and stuff, but if he saves money but if he's taking care of the kids, what's wrong with that?
right.
How is being a bad dad bad?
Mhm.
It's just but it goes along the same lines. Just build these characters. A lot
Right.
more people would appreciate it. Again, just build them up.
Yeah, everything.
Stop using these buzzwords all the time. Oh, well, we have this strong female character. Okay, but
Mhm.
what does she do?
And see,
Right,
Black Dragon
exactly.
right
It
there,
was a
Mr.
quality
Mom.
movie. It's a quality
Very
movie. It
good.
was funny
Yeah,
too. Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing is you don't have to have these huge dialogues or whatever to understand what a character is. It's how the actor portrays the part. You can, obviously there's certain lines out there that are said or whatever that the character is going through, but you can tell, that this character has strengths and, more
Yes.
importantly, weaknesses.
Yes.
And that's the one thing that is missing nowadays is the
Yes.
weaknesses.
Yes.
And that's not to put down a character. They like to use weaknesses to try to break up, to insult or whatever certain, now again, certain types out there because we have to make sure we empower the others and mock the other. But everybody has strengths and weaknesses. And the important part of showing off the weakness is the fact that you have to rely on each other sometimes.
Yep. I mean, I would take season 3 of Picard. I would take Geordi's one of his daughters
Right.
who's on the ship, and she says, "Oh, well, my dad has trouble making friends just like I do." And then you don't hear anymore. You should also hear, "But I'm getting better at this." Where is those kind of lines?
Right.
They just stop.
Mhm.
But before there was also another message in there that
Right.
is helpful.
Right.
Nothing's wrong. Yes, and people would say, "Well, what's wrong with it?" It's okay, but there could be more.
I mean, there is nothing wrong with having a woman out there on the screen who's feminine, good
No.
looking, nice figure,
Nothing.
and they're still a strong character.
That's right.
There's
Nothing is
different-
wrong with that at all.
Right. There's different elements. Just like a woman likes to see a handsome, well-built man out there.
Yes.
Not somebody like me, but someone more like Cash, with that chin. Somebody out there, and obviously, this is an industry that is fantasy
Yes.
world.
Yes.
So that means it's not going to be fully reflective of the real world, nor should it be.
Yep.
This
It
is
shouldn't be, man.
Yeah. This is a land of fables, make believe, fairy tales, whatever you want to have or want to call it. And that's not being insulting. That's not being insulting. But this is part of the escapism. And
Yes.
it's a great way to explore who we are with these. And it takes well-written characters. Yeah, sometimes you need to have a movie where there's no real true character and people are just going out there and blasting everybody because that's just neither film. It's just a mindless popcorn.
Yeah.
It's even sometimes amazing in some of those films you start seeing some interesting character growth with people. And
Yes.
say, boy, that character's cool.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Anything else from either you, Mr. Cash Monet, or people in the chat?
No.
Okay. Now let's see if I can do this right.
Yeah, I agree with what Whoopa says. Hollywood purposely uglifies. It's not a word, but we'll accept it. Good looking actresses.
Yeah,
Yes,
so does the,
I just.
it's the same thing I say about the WNBA. They take a bunch of women and try to make them look as ugly as possible. I'm not being insulting. It's like they go out there. It's like, you have women going nuts over the men players out there. They look on the court the same as they do off on the street, except obviously they're wearing a uniform, or sometimes they might have to put their hair in a certain way.
Right.
But it seems like the WNBA works its hardest to not make the women look attractive.
Yep.
And it's like, just as women like looking at strong athletic men and good-looking men, men like looking at strong athletic women.
Yes.
And, I mean,
absolutely. And the other thing is, it's the same thing I would say. Like, I'll use Borderlands, for example. If you're making a Borderlands movie, which they are, and there's a thick character in the game, don't make her thin.
Right.
She's thick.
Right.
Just leave it the way it is.
Well,
that's part of her character.
Well, some of them are doing the other way around.
Yes.
It's like, we got to have fat acceptance out there. We have to have the Gorlocks out there. And it's like, we have to have the Lizzos.
Yep.
And it's like, no. I mean,
right.
If the character is that way, we can keep it that way, but don't change.
Yep. Yeah. No, I that's a good point, Black Dragon, definitely. Are we looking at the box office now? Mike wanted us to next article.
He wants to look at the
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, let me see if I can find the box office, sir. Just a moment. Let me take a look if I can find it.
Mike's still trying to drive us crazy, even though a mutiny happened.
I'm looking in the chat. Where is? I don't see anything that has the box office, Mike. I see Geek Tyrant, which I just put up, Bounty in the Comics, comicbook.com, and then Babblings in the chat that you had. Okay. Did I lose all mine now? Because I moved around? I don't know.
He said link is already in chat.
Okay, let me take a look and see if I can find it. My apologies, everybody.
We're having a little technical difficulties here.
Oh, now that you said something, you said there's technical difficulties? You're absolutely right. There is technical difficulties, folks. Absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah, it is. We try to have as best as possible. I lost all those links. You should have put it in the private chat as well. Mike, you're letting us down. You know how much of an idiot I am. You know how much of a technophobe I am. Oh, it'd probably help if I go live chat instead of just... That should have everything now. I don't know. I hate this. Movies made money. There's the box office.
Dun dun dun.
Okay. You know what? I found it. I finally found it. Mike, you can settle down now. I found it. Somehow I was able to do it because
he did it. Yay!
So we're gonna go away from this geeky thing, and we're gonna go to the box office here, folks. So here I got the box office mojo from IMDb Pro. So it's like the latest dailies. It looks like Spider-Man across the Trannyverse. I'm sorry, Spider-Man.
Hello, Paul. Paul just joined us. Yes.
Oh, Paul is here?
He
Our
is.
Great, mighty Paul is here. So great that you're here, sir. Now you can see how we do a show, or more importantly, how not to do a show, because really, that's for me. That's me. If you've been put in charge of a stream because the regular guy has computer problems, unable to do it,
yes,
and you put an inept technophobe who happens to be somewhat hairy in charge of the show, you might need to call 1-800-555-NOOB, because that helps take care of not only gamers but also first-time inexperienced YouTube streamers. Set them right, make sure they go on the right path. Work them hard. So 1-800-555-NOOB. Not just for gamers no more. It's also for
sometimes you got to boom to make the. You know what?
Yeah.
No.
Don't go there. So we have the latest dailies as of today, it looks like, Sunday, June 11th. And the leads on the dailies here is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. They're looking at $17,425 for the daily. Followed closely behind, not too far, with Transformers Rise of the Beefs.
Rise of the Beefs?
Beefs, yeah. I have a beef, all right. Yeah. Rise of the Beefs. Gonna put them on the grill. But
Transformers, roll out, get the beef.
No. T-Bones in disguise. So, Rise of the Beast, which was highly recommended by our captain in the dinghy, Mike himself. He's really liked the film. I believe he put it third favorite behind Bumblebee and the original animated film from '86. So, take it for what it's worth. Then you have The Little Mermaid, that coming in at $7,179,000. Can we say we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? That is coming in at $2,178,000. And The Boogeyman, which I honestly don't know anything about that movie. That's $1,937,000. So the latest weekend returns in the lead, however, even though you have the dailies there, Transformers Rise of the Beasts, $60.5 million as of June 9th to 11th. So this is for that last weekend. Across the Spider-Verse, $55.4 million. Little Mermaid, $22.8 million. Guardian of the Galaxy brought in $7 million, and The Boogeyman, $6 million. Now, just take a look here at Spideyverse. So we're looking at a worldwide. How am I doing? Hey, I did that right there, Mike. So, looking at, hey, I'm going to be a professional just like him one of these days. So we're looking at the grosses. The domestics is so far for Spider-Verse is $225,445,978. International, we're looking at $87,901,223. Worldwide, 313 million. I'm just going to stop there. We don't need to go through it.
Yeah, and I think this movie's budget was only like 90 million, so it wasn't. Yeah. But the name Spider. I thought the movie was pretty good. I had some problems with it, but I liked the first one so much better. But I thought overall this was a pretty good movie.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's been out for 9 days, 1 week now. So, and it's in 4,313 theaters. So let's go to Transformers PACIFIC414 in disguise. So we're looking at, of course, the domestic of 60,500,000. Came in international 18. Well, we'll just say 19 million, and then worldwide of 79 million dollars, and that's been out for 2 days. That's a 2 day.
What's the budget for this movie? I wonder.
I don't know.
Big,
I wish they would put the budgets in here. I really would.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That is kind of important. I'm sure Mike is probably going to tell us in the chat. He knows everything. Now let's go to our favorite, the best film ever, The Little Mermaid. We're looking at right now $229 million domestic. Of course, I'm rounding up. International of $185 million, and worldwide $414 million.
I still think it doesn't have to break like $1 billion or something.
It's still got a little ways to go to actually.
It was expensive. I think that one was like 200, 250, something around there.
Right, and we're not including in a lot of people are not including in the promotional money that was dumped in there. They're just going with the production of making the movie, and that even makes it even more. So we're looking at a release of 16 days. It's been out for 2 weeks. And only has 414 million, and it should be more than that, honestly. Disney film, all that. Yeah, that's not good.
No.
Let's take a look at Guardians of the Galaxy 3. because it
Mhm.
seems like this. I mean, this has been up for 37 days, 5 weeks.
Mhm.
We have, of course, 335 million for local, for
Mhm.
domestic, 470 million for international, worldwide of 805 million dollars. Well, say 806, round up. So I think that one seems to have done well.
Yeah, it's done pretty well, I guess. I
Mhm.
think it probably, I doubt it's going to break 1 billion worldwide, but
Right, and a lot of people have sat back and said it is the weakest of the
that's how I feel.
Guardians. Yeah, a lot of
It's
people have
pretty
said
good,
that.
but
Yeah, a lot of
Rocket's
people
story
say.
was interesting. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, a lot of people sit back and say it was better than 2, but not as good as 1. So that's what I've been hearing a lot of people say about that.
One's my favorite. I thought
Yeah,
2 was pretty cool.
yeah, it was.
3, I think it's pretty good.
Hmm. Right, and Kurt Russell, I think, helped a lot with the second one because
Yeah, I
I like him
agree.
as well. Yeah, I mean
Oh,
he's great,
absolutely. Yes.
and he had good chemistry with Chris Pratt. He really did. So.
Yes. Yes, he did.
So that is our box office report, everybody. Exciting stuff, wasn't it? So let me go back to the original story I had put up here for the next one. This one's coming from Geek Tyrant. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. Director offers insight on Hayley Atwell's mystery character. This is from 2 days
Nice.
ago by Jessica Fisher. And there is an Empire exclusive picture of the film. Oh, great. This has got big writing. It's easy for me. Hopefully, that's simple words. Director Christopher McQuarrie, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Okay. Is heading
Part
our
1.
way. And we have been able to see some awesome footage teasing this chapter of the story. But one element from the film has been kept under wraps, and that is the character played by Captain America actress Hayley Atwell. In a recent interview with Empire magazine, just a month ahead of the film's release, McQuarrie opened up about the character played by Atwell, saying Hayley's character didn't have a name for a long time. For a long, long time, she has her own objective, and she moves more or less becomes ensnared in the movie. What you have here is a character who absolutely does not belong in a Mission Impossible movie, and she's doing everything she can to get out of it. Okay, interesting so far. Atwell's character was eventually given the name Grace, who the actor describes as inconsistent and an agent of chaos. The role involved months of exhausting training and precision driving for a chaotic centerpiece car chase around Rome, which you can check out the photo above. So that was where that photo was from. The job was made even more difficult by this fucking Fiat we named Trixie. What's a Fiat? Fix it again, Tony. Because she had a mind of her own, McQuarrie explained. And as if that wasn't enough, Atwell was also working alongside Tom Cruise, whose stunt chops are several leagues beyond your average star, and he's a few inches shorter. Providing insight into Cruise's mindset, Atwell reveals that Tom would often say, "Don't go into the closet because they'll try to get you out." John Travolta and I found that out when we went to South Park. Don't be safe, be
I
confident.
knew you were going to say
Jumping on a couch. That was a great mantra for me. I guess safety first is out the window when you're working with Tom Cruise. Dead Reckoning Part 1 arrives in cinemas on July 11th. So, okay.
my Hayley Atwell, Agent Carter, I still think is a great character. I really wish that show went on longer than 2 seasons. I'm disappointed in ABC that they screwed that show, moved it around. There's a lot of potential there. But the fact that she's, because of a what if, that they turned her into Captain Carter, to me is ridiculous. And I don't blame Hayley Atwell for it. It's just
no.
But in this movie, I think she's going to be really good.
Oh, I hope so. I mean,
I think
sounds
this
like
movie in general, is going to be really good. I've been very happy with these Mission Impossible films.
I want a Mission Impossible film where John Travolta is the villain and Tom Cruise is, of course, playing his part. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
It might work.
Yeah.
Depends.
Can you imagine that fight scene in the closet? That'd be just awesome.
Oh, no.
It would be awesome. I think. I'm just saying.
Great.
I'm just saying.
Maybe
I lost all the other links because my.
Oh no.
I know this is not good because you know why? I'm not a professional. Like Mike. Let's see if I can do something here. So, Founding in the Comics, Geek Tyrant, Comic Book News, X. Oh, okay. Where am I looking at here? Oh, okay. Here's the next one here. Can I even? I don't know if I can get this one here because I love StreamYards. No, I don't. It's time to play music. Mike, can you please put it back in the chat? Because my chat really stinks. I don't like my chat. It's really. I like the people in the chat. It just my chat. I'm talking about the chat itself. It doesn't go back all the way back up to where he had all those links I had on there, and I can't take them down off of stupid StreamYards. But you know, we're talking about strong women. This sounds like it's going to be what we're kind of talking about, where it's like a fish out of water, and those sometimes are the best characters possible, really.
Yep.
I mean, look at Kurt Russell in Big Trouble in Little China. That was a fish out of water situation.
I haven't seen that in a while. Yeah, that was a fun
the
movie.
whole thing. Yeah. It wasn't your typical quote unquote hero, and so it sounds really good. What we're going to have here. I mean, it's not much of a story, but you know, let's hope it's something that really is a good, strong female lead. But when I say that, I mean it the right way.
Yes.
I mean, you take a look at the original one, the show, and Barbara Bain in there. There was a strong character. I mean, this is a woman who was putting herself in a lot of danger, a lot of situations, coming with, being part of the plan making, all across the board. But Cinnamon, I want to say Carter, but that's not right. Cinnamon, I can't remember the name of the character off bad. But it was, that was a strong character. So, yeah, Mission Impossible should have a strong woman character like that. And again, when I'm saying strong woman character, I mean properly, not Hollywood-fied.
Right, Hollywood-fied, yeah, no.
Okay. So, I see I'm having problems, don't you see? Trying to get those. Yeah, I can't get those other stories, Mike. I'm sorry about that. I can't get those stories because my for some reason my chat won't go up above Rocco the Braves. It's not a Tuma phrase, and I can't go higher than that. You know why? It's because I had to look for the box office for Mike. Mike wanted the box office, so I went to do the box office. How's that for you, Mike? Maybe if I refresh it.
Probably.
Yeah, let's look here. Oh, let's see. I gotta go live. And no, that's your link, my link, everybody link. Now I just go up to the Padawana. How many strong women does it take to screw in a light bulb? 0. They just stand. You just yell at someone to do it now. So yeah, I can't get those stories again. See what I do, trying to please Mike. I blame him. Hey, I saw something the other day. Maybe you can help me with this, Cash. They're talking about Picard season 4.
What?
Yeah.
Are you being serious?
I wish I was pulling your leg. I wish I was pulling your leg, but it sounds like people are starting to talk a little bit about Picard season 4. Probably because this season was so well received.
Star Trek.
Well, what I think we have everything right there with that heavy sigh.
I just can't feel the way that show to me is a mess. That season is a mess.
Oh, yeah, they all are a mess.
And the disrespect to Picard is just still aggravates
I'm
me a
sorry.
lot.
I'm sorry.
And then they apologize to him. It's just so stupid. I understand why people liked it. It was different than what season 1 and 2 were. I get that. It's different from Discovery, but I just couldn't stop nitpicking that season.
well, all it was member berry. It should have called it Picard member berries.
I just,
That's all it was.
I find it funny that people would attack us for not liking that show. It's just funny
because they
for that
think,
season especially.
Yeah, they think that they delivered what we wanted, and they weren't hearing what we were saying. We want to have Star Trek the way it was, which in their mind was okay. Member berries.
Yeah, and as I said, a lot of people in this community like it, and that's fine. I've heard on different YouTube channels. It's fine. Nothing's wrong with that. I'm not going to hate somebody because they like something that I don't, but I just find it funny that people are like, how dare you? Some people this is what we want. That's great for you guys, but just not for me.
Well,
but at least I can say I watched the whole season.
Well, it was better than the first two.
Yeah.
We can say that.
Yes.
Oh, and you said you weren't watched the whole season? This is why.
I don't want my pain taken away. I need my pain.
I mean, I've watched some stuff that's given me pain, but as I will always say this, it doesn't hurt you. It just, and you shouldn't let any kind of whatever you want to consider entertainment ruin your life. But is it annoying and frustrating and insulting? Absolutely. Should it ever ruin your life? No.
I don't consider it ruining my life because, this might be shit, but I'm surrounded by stuff that I don't need to have their crap.
Right.
It's not destroying me.
Right.
There's other outlets. It's like, fine.
Exactly.
If you don't want me, I'll walk away. You made it known you don't want me. So I know.
Exactly, man.
Oh, and I want to address him. I think it was Whoopa that said something in the chat earlier that I wanted to address, but he goes that about looking different here. Yes, this is now. I'm now living in Tagge Cottage. I had to get rid of Tagge Manor, and this is the new diabolical offices of the Baron Orman Tagge here. So it's actually a lot nicer than my old office that I had. So
yeah. And yes, Black Dragon, I agree. Jennifer Connelly, but I mean, Jennifer Connelly was really, if you watch Snowpiercer, she's really good in that too. And she is definitely the definition of what you would call a strong female.
Right.
But you don't even need to say it. It's the same with males. It's the same with minorities. You don't have to say it. If they do a good job building the character, that's all that matters.
Right.
Hayley Atwell has already proven herself that she's a strong character. You don't have to say she's a strong female. Oh, we have to make sure you know.
Yeah. We'll have to tell you constantly that this person's strong.
Beat you in the head with it.
Right, exactly.
Then they wonder why we mock all this stuff. It's so easy. It's so easy to mock this stuff. They give us the material. How can we not take it, Baron? How can we not take it?
Well, I mean, that's just it. I mean, they get mad because we've sat back. People have discussed this.
Yep.
And they don't listen, and then they go, well, we got what you want. And it's like, no, it's not. And how can they not expect the mocking or the making fun of? I mean, okay, Mike is saying something about let me take a look here.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many are we? Have a few more articles, I think, right?
Yeah, right. Okay. And oh, okay. This is where he was hiding them. I see.
You found him. Dun, dun,
yeah.
Dun. Yeah.
Well, thanks, Mike. I needed that. So is this? Let me see if this
the most important thing that people need, and I think we all need shirts that say that, don't be in an echo chamber. And it's very easy to do, but just don't be in an echo chamber.
Yeah, very much so.
And when somebody says, hey, I saw this, and it sucked, and other people are like, oh, I don't want to see this. Yes, that does happen, but it's not going to also hurt you if you really want to go see it. Go see it.
Oh, right, exactly.
Form your own opinion always. Always form your own opinion.
Mm-hmm. And I do have the next one. Is this it? No, that's not it. Oh, here we go. I got it. And here we go with the next story I believe Mike wanted us to talk about. So we get ready for the cash going through the ceiling on this one. Xbox Game Pass subscribers are too scared to play new horror game. This is from Tyler Fisher. This is from Comic Book. It's Comic Book / gaming. It was by Dateline June 9th. Many of the top posts this week on the Xbox Game Pass Reddit page are about this week's major new addition, which happens to be a horror game. So far this year, horror fans have been treated to the likes of Dead Space and Resident Evil 4. Superb remakes of the two superb survival horror games from yesteryear. This week, the year of horror continued with the release of Amnesia, the Bunker, from Fictional Games, which is apparently so scary, many Xbox Game Pass subscribers can't muster up the courage to play it. You know, this sounds like an effing commercial, but I'll continue on. Yeah,
it is. It's just so funny.
Yeah.
It really is.
One of the aforementioned posts literally shows an Xbox Game Pass subscriber unable to leave a room, afraid of the horrors that await them. Another is a post relaying word that the subscriber tried to play the game but couldn't go on because of how scary it was.
Oh, no.
I'm enjoying it so far. It definitely nails that oppressive feeling between being stalked by the monster, the scarce resources, reads one of the replies of the post. There are people wearing red caps. For those that don't know, Amnesia the Bunker is a survival horror game from Fictional Games that released on June 6th as the fourth installment of the popular Amnesia series. Upon release, the game garnered a 78 on Metacritic, the result of largely favorable reviews. It's not critically acclaimed, but very, very few horror games are. The fact that 2023 has already produced two critically acclaimed horror games is more an example of the expectation rather than rule. And to do this, it had to be two remakes. Amnesia the Bunker is a first-person horror game from the makers of Soma and Amnesia. Reads an official elevator pitch of the game. Left alone in a desolate World War I bunker with only one bullet remaining in the barrel. That's for you. It's up to you to face the oppressing terrors in the dark. Keep the lights on at all costs. Preserve and make your way out alive. A truly intense horror experience. Xbox Game Pass is available via Xbox Series S, Xbox Series X. Didn't I just say that? Okay.
Yeah, Xbox Series X and PC. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, S and X and PC.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They're too.
Yeah.
At two price points, a standard subscription runs $10 a month. For an extra $5 a month, Xbox and PC users can subscribe to Xbox Game Pass Unlimited, which bolsters the subscription services with EA Play, Xbox Live Gold, and additive offers the deals. Okay, so I just read this commercial for this Amnesia the Bunker so far.
I guess we need to play this, huh?
Yeah.
Get a group together and play this. Have you ever played Amnesia?
No, never have.
It's a freaky game, but it's more, it really messes with your mind. And there's like a few different endings. I haven't played 2. I think I have 2. I need to play 2, but I remember I had to go look up something because I was like, didn't I figure this out? And I was like, oh, they don't like this ending. I'm like, what's the better ending? So you go look it up. You're like, oh, yeah. I mean, you're basically, you're trapped in your own mind, and it is freaky. The first game is freaky, especially when you see that creature thing running around. But That's interesting. I'm curious to see if any horror game is really ever going to scare me. Even Alien Isolation, people got scared of that game, but it didn't freak me out.
No, talking about little creatures, you should talk nicer about Crit than that.
Oh boy, that orc is going to try to kill you, man.
Well, he's not in the
He'll
chat.
get
I mean,
you.
that's what he gets for not being here.
I agree. Yeah.
So I think we're up to the last story. Even then, I'm going to try to keep this to about a 2-hour stream to help the algorithm for Mr. Mike. I don't want to hurt him in that area. I mean, we've done enough right now to really hurt the show anyways. Honestly. Mm-hmm. So let me just, oops, there we go. I don't know what I'm doing here. Mm-hmm. Scare the scream again. What was that? Yeah, here we go. So here we go. This is another one from our favorites, Bounding into Comics.
Oh, what are they talking? Oh, Capcom declares that simply translating games developed under Japanese norms can end up hurting users. Oh boy, here we go.
Oh my word! This is from Spencer Pacali.
Oh man,
Dateline the 9th, and already you can see that this is going to go south.
Yep. We did Anonymous. Oh, wait, do we have the clip?
Whoa! I didn't. Okay, see, like I said, okay. I don't see the chat. So
I got you.
Yeah, thank you for bringing it up, because we don't want Anonymous to think that we don't like him, and really, we do not like him. That's why we do this.
Anonymous.
There we go. Welcome, Anonymous.
Hello, Anonymous.
Yeah, he's in the dinghy, Anonymous. He's in the dinghy.
He's in the dinghy.
He is in the peanut gallery call.
He's a ding-a-ling.
He's a ding-a-ling. My ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling. You play with my ding-a-ling.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to the story here for Capcom, because I know I'm going to have some words about this afterwards. As more and more, boy, this started out horribly written. As more and more in Japanese game developers kowtow to the ever-growing censorious demands of the Western market, Capcom has revealed that their in-house localization efforts work off the belief that games developed under Japanese norms can end up hurting users. Like Koei Tecmo earlier this week, the Mega Man developer editorial intent was recently brought to the public attention by Twitter user at MondBlunt1984, who discovered the information on the socially sustainability section of the company's official investors relation page. And here it goes. It says, culturalizing your games because you don't want to hurt others. Course of Japanese norms. It's Japanese norms. Why we here in the West play Japanese games. We play Japanese games because they are Japanese. Don't you get that? So, first published sometime around January 2022 per the Internet Archive, the page in question details Capcom's commitment towards serving as a responsible and trusted member of society, specifically in regard to the relationship with customers. Herein, Capcom provides insight into how this relationship factored into their game development with the company behind the Street Fighter franchise, noting that their attention were focused on two elements: in-game purchases and localization and culturalization. Folks, be afraid right there. Honestly, I will pontificate on this later. While their rather standard efforts toward the former area are best summed up by their declaration that, in principle, we minimize gotcha elements in the mobile games we develop. In our home video games, we provide any content required to enjoy the full game feel of charge, while offering some additional content at low cost. It is their plan for the latter that Capcom showed their hand. Capcom games are enjoyed worldwide, they explained. In the fiscal year ending in March 2022, the percentage of home video games sold overseas was 83.1%. That's huge. Naturally, translation or localization of video games developed in Japan, Japanese is required so that the game players around the world can enjoy them. The volume and importance of localization is increasing year after year due to factors such as improvement in game machine performance, support for online gameplay, and an increase in the number of languages accompany a more diversified global audience, Capcom continued. As such, Capcom's localization team is involved in game development from the initial stages. By carrying out localization concurrently with development rather than following completion of the Japanese language version, as had to be done in the past, Capcom is able to launch games simultaneously around the world, right? The evil resident developer, concluding their statement with a disappointing bombshell. Capcom happily informed potential business partners. What is more, depending on the country, simply translating games developed under Japanese norms can end up hurting users unexpectedly due to historical, religious, or cultural differences. As such, we focus on employing staff from around the world to culturize the games so that they can be enjoyed by all, regardless of locale. Sadly, Capcom's willingness to censor, edit, and alter works in ways that deviate from the author's original intent come as no surprise, given their recent streak of puritanical decisions. From changing Ashley and Ada's default outfits in Resident Evil 4 Remake to removing the ability for players to access the game's playful, risque secret ending in the 2022 Capcom Fighting Collection release of Vampire Savior 2 to cover up our Micah's butt slap in Street Fighter 5. In response to viral outrage, the developer...
I think it's Mika. Isn't it Mika?
Mika? Okay.
Mika.
You're probably right. The developer has already made it more than clear that they're willing to sacrifice their integrity in the pursuit of a few extra dineros. However, credit where credit is due, they did release the Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection with no alterations, instead opting to put traditional disclaimers noting that the game it contains were products of their time, as well as release Cammy's original costume as DLC in Street Fighter 4. And then that looks like that is the article from Spencer Bacali.
Was that Street Fighter 4? I think it's Street Fighter 6, isn't it?
6, I mean. My apologies.
I got you.
I was dyslexic. I saw the...
You're fine, dude.
No, I'm not fine. That's
You'll
it.
be okay.
Mike's going to fire me now. I'm done for. It was nice knowing you all. So I'll let you go. Being that you corrected me, I'll let you go first here.
Oh,
Mr.
thank you.
Monet.
Very good. No, I played the beta with a friend of mine, and this game is fun. Street Fighter 6, since that's what that's Yuri, right? Yuri, yeah. And no, Capcom, Bandai Namco isn't as bad, but just stop doing these things. The thing is, they do this in mobile games too. It's like the Japanese version, like, oh, you can click on the woman. Oh, you can't click on her anymore. You know, it's too bad. It's too bad. You know, it's just like, you can't stop making fun of this stuff, but it's really annoying. And then when you buy games, you Fire Emblem, other stuff, and they censor dresses, they censor this, and it's just stupid, man. It's really stupid. And you're like, and you don't even realize it. And you look into this, you're like, ugh, really? They did this? They did this again? People are even upset about Cammy being sexy again. Like, she has this outfit. How dare her? She's not wearing a leotard, but she's wearing something else. How dare her? Yeah, it's just, it's really funny. what people just love to be offended about. And
Right.
being offended about something that's actually mattered, that's one thing.
Right.
But being offended by a lot of this stupid stuff is just really funny. It really is. But no, it's just insulting. Like you're taking away the creator's vision, and that's what I don't like. That wasn't your vision. So why are you telling people that now this is Capcom, they can do what they want, it's their company. But it just makes people upset, a number of people, because why are you doing this? Why are you changing the brawl size? Why are you changing this? That's not how you had it before. Are you trying to tell us that we can't handle this? Like, this is stupid.
Well,
but yeah, it's very stupid. So Capcom's probably going to keep doing it. When they got hacked, it was either a year ago, something, they found out all this diversity stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like Square Enix. They have a ethics department. And when you hear that, you're like, is that, it doesn't always cause problems. And then there'll be people who cares. It's like other people care because they don't like the integrity of the characters being hurt. And so they go, well, why does it matter the way that character's supposed to be 15? Oh, it's like, look, dude, it's a fictional character, And then they start getting mad and stuff. Like, you read this stuff, it's just really funny. But there's no reason for them to do this. If a character is sexy, look at the characters in Overwatch. Look at Tracer. Look at it. They're not ugly looking characters, but then it's like, we gotta censor you.
Our Paul's vampire in Skyrim.
Yes, she got a big booty.
Ooh, yeah. It was for the I just watched it for that. It's like, I didn't have to listen to Paul or anybody. I just like watched.
You can make attractive looking characters in Skyrim. I know it's very scary, but
our Fallout.
Then it's like, it was funny too. You watch I watched the Summer Fest. You see Mortal Kombat. You want, okay, this game looks fun. But then they show like just two women. And it's like, are they trying to cover them up as much as possible? Because I've had conversations with other people. Mortal Kombat is just another example. Like, it was just stupid sexual fun. And what's wrong with the characters being attractive?
Right.
And so it feels like the women character, they can't wear mini skirts, they can't look like this, they can't look like this because of Twitter, and other people are going to get offended. It's so stupid. People should just shut up. I want to make the characters the way I want. Leave me alone. But because there's so much pressure, I think, and they can't take it. But just don't give in. You've got to stop giving in. That's the worst thing you can do. And it's hard not to. I get that. But you've got to stop giving in.
I'm going to go to a different direction, being that we're not echo chamber here. But I view this as something a lot more insidious.
Okay.
And, of course, we've all heard the term ugly American. They're literally ugly Americaning this particular game, or these games here. They're saying that you're not able. These are the same people that say that they're worldly and cultured, but yet when it comes to this, they're offended and can't handle. These are the guys that will walk into a sushi place in Tokyo, Japan, and ask for a hamburger.
They probably would.
Right. So the thing is they're going on the basis that we have to look at all the world and all the different cultures, because all the different cultures are different, but we're offended by them. So we're going to Americanize them. Isn't that a little bit like British imperialism? Yeah. Isn't that like when Roman was taking a world and everyone was going to be, Rome? We don't like, we're going to change. We're going to change things to fit us because, it doesn't fit our worldview, because we want to turn the world into us. We don't want to show you how other people look at things.
Right.
This is even more insidious when you look at it. I enjoy when I go to another country or see something that comes from another country. If it's going to be translated, I want to be having it translated as close as possible to what it originally was. Because you start taking a look at how other people think, other people's thoughts. That's how we learn. That's how we expand ourselves. That's how we're not the ugly American. These people are ugly Americans. Absolutely across the board. And it is insulting. Whether the game is from Japan or something from France, heck, even from England, there is a difference between us and the English. They say certain things over there that, oh my God, that's common that they say it over here. people go through the roof, like the name of a cigarette that they have over there. Oh my word! So, yeah, we're not one world, but they want to shelter us from that world while they're sitting back saying we have to be exposed to this world.
Yes, and a lot of those same people, and I bring up Adam Sessler, used to bash these Japanese games and just telling people who play them are they, and then they wonder why this stuff comes up again, and people use them to attack them because it's just crazy. They say this game is perverted, this game is this game is that, and it's not always the case.
Right. I mean, there's a different viewpoint, a different look how Japanese have things, especially when it comes around their entertainment.
Yes.
And whether they like it or not, that's how it is. And it's popular.
Yes.
So why is it popular? Well, one, it's different.
Yes, it is.
And two, a lot of the Japanese don't do things woke. They don't care.
No.
They'll, as I joke all the time, especially with Brandon, anime is nothing but blood and boobs. Well, yeah, it's one element of it.
Right.
They have stuff where they have really attractive looking women and doing stuff out there. And yeah, it's the, basically bimbo, in the bimbo squad stuff you're watching, but they have other things that aren't.
Yes.
And,
yeah, it's the Kraken. Crack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lackin'.
Mr. Phil McCracken, where have you been? Now he graces us. He graces us, and we have to say, and because you're late and we're coming to the end of the show.
No coupons for you, Phil.
No coupons for you, Phil. None.
0.
Mm-hmm. I know. You hate us all. We hate you too. I think that we kind of did that at the same time.
He's always consistent. We'll give him that.
Right. That's definitely. He's a consistent man. That's why he's our favorite troll. And he's, of course, hunting down on Amos again.
He is. He's stalking him.
How long have they been married? How long have they been married?
I don't know, man. I just don't know. It's very interesting.
But getting back to this article on this, I think that's the danger when you're looking at this. This is the ugly Americanism, and they're going out there that they don't think we can handle another culture. I mean, let me throw something out. You go up to Canada and you order something, and the meat types, you go to a McDonald's, you're eating it, and the hamburger doesn't taste quite what you're used to. It's a little bit sweeter. You want to know what that is, folks? They add horse meat in there. They eat horse.
Yes.
As the same over across Europe, they eat horse.
Mm-hmm.
The loser of the Kentucky Derby is served on a plate. In Japan, it's the same thing. They eat horse.
Never had horse.
It's sweet. I've had it. Yeah.
Is it good?
It's sweet. It's different.
Okay.
It's different. Yeah. I mean, if you're biting into something, you're expecting one type of taste and it comes out a different one. It's like you just have to get used to it. No. And of course, not have a hang up that you're eating Mr. Ed. That's the big thing. A lot of people have that hang up.
Oops. Sorry, Mr. Ed. Didn't mean to take a bite.
Wilbur. My leg's getting better. I don't think I really broke it that bad. Wilbur, what's that shotgun, Wilbur? That was the on-aired episode of the final episode of Mr.
Ed. Wow.
Wilbur. It went to a dark area. But yeah, what you're looking here is cultural stupidity and I don't even want to say ignorance, because ignorance is where you don't know something but you're willing to learn. But let's just go with plain cultural stupidity.
Yeah, but it still can be ignorance. Yeah, it's cultural stupidity. I like that. I don't know. Capcom USA, they're like, oh, we must change these things. I mean, we can scroll down to the article again, if you don't mind. I wanted to see what some of the examples were of the Capcom games.
What are you talking about? You hearing me?
No, down the article of the.
Oh yeah. That's article. What I mean. Let me go back to the article here. So
just scroll down.
I'll leave you in charge of the chat because Capcom simply translating. It looks like Street Fighter 4. That's that classic outfit I suppose you're talking about.
Yeah, but they still made her attractive, and I guess they gave her yoga pants. But people are upset about it. There's already videos about it. It's very funny.
Looks like there's a little bit with like they're talking about Mega Man, but they didn't really touch the Mega Man.
No, Mega Man has never been anything that I've
they just
seen.
put a little they just put a little disclaimer that, oh my god, these were done by barbarians. So Street Fighter is definitely one of the games that
so of course they changed the outfit, as they said in Resident Evil 4 Remake. Okay.
Right.
Some people don't care about that. That's fine too. But
Mm-hmm.
I understand what people and then see, the gotcha games, right? I've seen stuff with not Capcom, but other stuff that's come here, like how to pick up girls in a dungeon. Like you were able to touch the female character on the mobile game, and you can't do that like it was a joke or something. But you can't do that in the Western version.
Right.
So they say Capcom's games are enjoyable worldwide. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Localization.
Yeah.
The team is involved in game development from initial stages. Yeah. So keep going down if you don't mind.
Oh yeah. And the only localization I want is them having a good translation. That's all I want.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
That's the only thing.
Just leave whatever they did alone. Yeah. Stop worrying about all these people's feelings. Many of these people I don't even think buy these games. No. And we need to go on the street, it seems, and talk to at these games conventions or whatever, like a E3 or something, and say, have you actually played these games?
Right.
What actually offends you about it? Of course, a lot of people don't like questions now. So
no.
Those are evil.
Right. And the questions are the most important thing. I mean, as being brought up as a Lutheran, what does this mean is a very important phrase with us. It's like, what does this mean? So I'm good at, with questions. Well, why?
Yeah.
So we're
statements, bombshell, happily, let's see. Been in the country.
So we got that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then let's go down here. Okay, there's Street Fighter 6 again. Ooh, hi. Capcom's willingness.
Yeah, that's not a lie, unfortunately. I wish it was, but changing Ashley and Ada's default outfits, to removing the ability for players to access the games fully, risque. Secret ending in 2022 Capcom Fighting Collection release of Vampire Savior 2 to covering up. It's just. We can probably find more examples.
Yeah.
I'm proud of them, though. They didn't touch Battle Network, so good for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Kitty Bear, I agree. That is true.
Okay, I'm gonna. So I mean that's just it. But like you're right. There's a lot more. Just that there's only so much you can put in there.
Is there anything else, or is that?
No, that's basically it. I mean, that's coming to the end of the story there. I mean, let me make sure. Let me make sure. I don't want to disappoint anybody, and that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Oh, remember? Oh, that's a Phoenix. I was going to see Final Fantasy Band. Okay, cool. So that's it.
It's just not Capcom. It's so much my sensibilities. The ethics department at Square Enix and the there's all kinds of nonsense with this. Even games like Nintendo censored stuff here, like Nintendo USA censored Fire Emblem games. It's ridiculous, and you don't even think about it until you look into it and you go, "What? This happened?"
Right?
Man, it's not good.
You get jealous because it's like, "Oh, that sounds awesome." I was unable to play it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just any other other we have here.
Oh, do we have any? What was that, Phil? I didn't hear anything or see anything.
This is Baron, you and Cash.
Yeah, you know what he's saying. He's just being his dorky self again.
Yeah. Does anybody ever pay attention to Phil McCracken other than Leia Rose? Other than Leia Rose, the president and only member of his fan club. Okay, there we go. So we're coming a little bit past the 2 hour mark. Like I said, I want to try to keep this 2 hours for the algorithm. I'm trying to be nice to Mike for once. Cash, do you have anything you want to bring up?
Yes. So I'm going to be helping Phil in a few hours, and Phil and Paul are going to be doing this will be the first part, I guess, stream on his channel on Release McCracken. So I'll be helping there. And if he needs any other help with the stream, I'll be there to help him out because I'll be a mod, or am a mod, whatever. And then later tonight, I'm like, all right, the whole thing is like with these streams, I don't like doing like 2-hour streams. Maybe with some games, but like Bolt Gun, for example, if I'm playing a first-person shooter, I want to get a lot done. So I'm planning later tonight to play Bolt Gun, and
That game
that's
looks
still
awesome.
yeah. So
I'm gonna have to get it.
it looks. I tested it out already before. It looks pretty amazing. Doom meets Warhammer. Yeah,
Yep.
a lot of blood, a lot of '90s action.
And just think, if that game was in China, that'd be all white, so it would look like a bukkake festival.
Yep. Yeah, and Kitty Bear, I agree. If yes, and the thing is, if they were really smart, these companies, very smart, the gaming companies, Ubisoft, all of them, they would be like, okay, here's the woke stuff for you. And I've said this before. Here's the woke stuff. Here's the non-woke stuff. Let's see what sells. We're a business. We're supposed to make money. That's should be always our goal. Excuse me. And we can make gamers happy and still make money. But whatever, things have changed, unfortunately, and politics have just come in like a virus, especially the last few years, and just sucked the life out of everything, unfortunately. So,
unfortunately, you're absolutely right on that one.
Yeah.
And that's just it. I mean, and as it goes, we've seen people always gravitate towards like the uncensored or extended or whatever versions of something because they want to see how it truly is supposed to be.
Yeah.
So it's like, have the one for all the I'm so sensitive to everything, to the ones that say, okay, let's rock and roll. And I bet and there's more people that want rock and roll out there.
And what would really be interesting too, if something's controversial, but it actually teaches you some good messages, people are afraid to do that. And a lot of companies, a lot of gaming companies, developers, they're afraid to do that. Maybe they shouldn't be. Take a chance. And the other thing is, don't worry if you fail, something else can come out of it. And people forget that too. And they're so afraid. These mobs have scared them to death. They're so afraid. So, yeah.
Actually,
it's not. That's fake news. You know what? No, I think we're gonna have to censor Phil. Just for
actually,
5 minutes. No.
The truth is we had DJ Ronnie G go in there and
his turtles,
through the internet and all that, and they turtleified his computer.
Yeah,
it is free. That's why we're waving the pirate flag, mate.
That's right.
You can't get me freer than a pirate.
Anyways, getting back to that, I'm going to start also learning. I don't think it's very hard. Take your phone, start doing videos, upload videos on YouTube, do movie reviews, talk about stuff. I would tell people all the time, if you have a channel, don't limit yourself. There's no reason to. You can do videos with your phone. You can play games. You can do discussion streams. StreamYard opens up a lot of possibilities, which is very nice. I wish we had StreamYard a few years ago. I really do. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing.
You can do amazing things with phones now. I mean, the cameras and they filmed entire segments of shows using just phones.
Yes,
to show what the good quality is. And I mean, when I do my shorts, which I'm going to be getting back to here, this is what I use right here.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I download it and do the editing, and then you get to see my crap.
Yeah.
Anything else, then, Mr. Cash Money?
No, that's all that's coming up. So yeah, tonight. It's got to be tonight actually, because I haven't had a stream in a little while. But I'm planning on doing a pretty long stream of bolt guns.
Right. Oh yeah, those things.
Yeah.
Those things can go long if you want. Yeah.
Yep.
That's because those are fun, especially when Mike was doing that Star Trek Resurgence.
It looks like a good game.
Oh, I want now. I hope it comes. So, of course, I want to thank people in the chat. Of course, we had, of course, Superfan Adam.
Yes.
Was in there. Shawhan. We had everybody's favorite penguin, the low spec Linux laptop. Captain Fandom Nerd beamed in, as well as Admiral Teague. Our lovely Kathy Skywalker was here, as well as the Turtle Master himself, DJ Ronnie G.
Yep.
Real
Wade
Wade
stopped by,
Nation
yeah.
Gaming Clips. There we go. Pacific414 stopped by. That was nice of him.
Yeah, it was.
And leading his herd of guinea pigs was Tommy in his guinea pig collection.
Yes.
Mr.
Absolutely.
Padawannabe was here.
Mm-hmm.
Sparta Chris was here, as well as Jace, Rocco the Brave, Appion was here.
Yeah.
We can't forget Kitty Bear himself.
Yep.
Black Dragon
was here, yeah.
Pit
Chaos
Viper,
or Pit
yep,
Viper, yeah.
who was in lurk mode.
Yep.
Whoopa was here.
Whoopa Doopa.
Paul of the Star Wars guys. Animas. And last, but very least,
Yes.
Phil McCracken.
McGracken. Yeah.
McCracken. Phil was out there.
Billy Boy, yep.
Yep,
Causing
so-
mayhem wherever he goes. Or trying
Exactly.
to.
Yeah. Well, he is mayhem. He's like that guy in the commercials for insurance.
Yes.
So I want to thank one and all out there that is in the chat, whether you were contributing in the chat or just lurking. You're just as important, folks. Really,
Yes.
you are.
Do you have anything coming up, Baron? Or
Oh, I mean, just Pop Talk, and of course, tonight 5 o'clock and 24/7 Fusion Media. I'm going to be doing, of course, the infamous primetime Kings of live stream with 24/7 Fusion Media.
Nice.
Vigilante Williamson, New Bomb Turk, and me.
Yep.
You know,
do we have a clip for "I Hate You All with a Passion"?
I don't. No,
Do we have anything that?
No, we don't.
Very interesting, but
Yeah,
stupid.
that's
Very
what I.
interesting, but stupid.
But stupid. I love that.
And Phil, your comments.
It stinks.
So
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. So, of course, I want to thank, of course, Mike for entrusting us with this, and I hope he gets his computer up and running and not looking at a blue screen like he has been constantly lately.
Yeah.
Of course, we can't do the show without him right over there, right next to me. You know the guy that comes out here all the time.
You know
and
what
goes,
really grinds my gears?
Not always.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. I mean.
And Kitty Bear is right. I just want to point out something Kitty Bear said about modding. Yes, I agree. This stuff really shouldn't be forced on you. And I think if it wasn't in games, I think they would make even more money. It's
right.
It seems like a no. To them, I guess it's a no-win situation. But I think you can find a winner there.
Mm-hmm.
Modders do so much, and then of course you have the modding community also at certain websites. What did you do? You took out this flag and you put the American flag in, and Spider-Man. How dare you? Why'd you do that? Like, dude, it's a mod. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. Like,
it's an option. Right,
but that's censorship, and this is going to get worse and worse until we keep fighting back.
Oh, you mean you're playing a game where you're battling the German bad guys in World War II, and you decide they
don't
have
see the swastika.
Yeah, they put the broken cross all across there.
Right, exactly. Are you kidding me? In Wolfenstein, are you kidding me?
Right.
Yeah, ridiculous.
And we're going to have black people that's part of the National Socialist Party.
Yeah.
Way to go, morons. Okay. But that's what we all have there. And again, I just want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank Mike for entrusting us to his baby. I hope we did well and didn't sink the ship too well.
Right.
And of course, a lot of us are part of the community. So if there's people in the chat that have a channel, please go to them and let them know that
I'd buy that for $1.
Exactly. So from Mike Cash,
maybe 50 cents. Yeah.
50 cents. There we go. No, except for the dollar store now, it's like $1.50 now.
Oh, $1.50.
Yeah,
Buck 50.
$1.50. Yeah, $3.50. Yeah, just like in South Park. I love it. So, everybody, thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday, and I hope you all have a great day and a great week going into next week. There, so
have a good one, everybody.
Yep, for all of us, we're out of here. One because So this would be the one I want to pick. I did it. I found the right button.
Did it, man.
Wow.
Proud of you.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
There will be a mutiny, man.
Oh,
that
you know it. I'll be the first one to. Yeah. Mike will be put into a knapsack somewhere, and then we'll take it. You know, we need to have Master Paul on. So.
Master Paul can fluff my pillows Navy style any day.
Ooh, so we can play that. But again, everybody, thank you so much.